depends on whatever feels good in my soul.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Nia, and today's video is going to be a story time video of the time that a guy's baby mother crashed our first date. Yes. So stay tuned for the rest of this video. Okay guys, so I was a freshman in college, 18 years old, and one night, me and my roommate and our friends went to this party on another campus. So it wasn't our school's campus, it was another college's campus, and we went to a party there. So I met this dude, I'm gonna call him, I don't want to use real names, I'm gonna call him Nick. So I met Nick at the party. Me and Nick were talking, we danced, we were just vibing, and I asked him, I was like, oh, do you go to school here, all this and that. He's like, no, it's my brother's fraternity's party. So I was like, cool. I asked him how old he was. He was like, he's 25. I told him straight up, I was like, yeah, I'm 18. He had no issue with it. So guys, me and him exchanged numbers and Instagram and whatever the case may be, and Snapchats and all that. And he and I began texting, and like he would tell me, oh, FaceTime me or whatever the case may be. And it was fun, and like he was really funny. And so one day he asked me out, and he was just like, oh, like let's go catch a movie and maybe go out to eat or whatever. And I was like, cool or whatever. So he told me, he was like, he doesn't have a car. So I was just like, I'm not the type of person, like if my significant other doesn't have a car, I'm going to like not go out with them or whatever the case may be. So I was like, no problem, like I'll pick you up. So he was like, okay. So getting ready for the date, looking all cute, dressing all nice. The drive was a 45-minute drive from my campus. So I was like, damn. So I drove there, picked him up, we went out to eat, we went to the movies. It was all handy dandy and it was so nice. He was super romantic. We were getting to know each other even more. And mind you, like on his Instagram page and like when he would snap, it was just him, like, you know what I mean? It was only pictures of him. He would snap videos of himself, like, you know what I mean? It wasn't anything where like eyes were rising or whatever. It wasn't anything like that, right? So we come from dinner and he and I drive to his house, right? So we're in his house for a minute. We're at the front of his house, actually. I'm in the car. We're both in the car at the front of his house. And he's like, and we're talking and to know each other, like I said. And he, like, we're listening to music. We're just vibing, guys. And we were probably in the car for, like, literally an hour. And we're just talking. So then, like, me and him are about to go ahead and kiss. And once I open my eyes from the kiss, I see someone peeking through the passenger window. And guys, it was a lady, right? So the lady is peeking through the passenger. I'm like, what the hell? And at first, my first reaction was, I thought it was somebody off the street just like looking in just to see if like that was their cars. I don't know what I thought, but I did not think like that was his girlfriend or anything like that. I didn't think it was his girlfriend until he turned around. When I told him, who the hell is that? He turned around and looked like he saw a ghost. And that's when I was just like, oh, come on. So I rolled down the window, right? Because I was literally like, what the hell is she doing on my, like, at the passenger window? So I rolled down the window because he didn't say anything. So I rolled down the window, I'm like, excuse me. And then she was like, this is why you couldn't spend time with your kids tonight? This law. And she started going off. And I looked at him and I was just like, kids? Like, who is this or whatever? And then he was just like, that's nobody, like that's my baby mother, all this other stuff. And I'm sitting here like, baby mother? Like, what? And he ended up telling me, hold on right here, I'm gonna go calm her down because I don't know why she's like acting all crazy or whatever. He got out of the car, they're arguing in the street, guys. And when I tell you, I sped the F off. Like, I left because I didn't want to be included in any of that drama. Like, and the fact of the matter is, like, I wouldn't have sped off like that if he mentioned to me, like, oh, I have kids. You know what I mean? And it's not that I'm against kids, it's just that I feel like I was at an age where it was like I didn't want to deal with a guy with kids because I knew that would come with baggage. You know what I mean? Not to say that I would never date a guy with kids, because I feel like even now, like I'm about to be 21, I feel like I would date a man with kids maybe like if I was single in my 40s. You know what I mean? Because then it's like, okay, me and you have both lived lives or whatever, so I'm expecting that if you're in your 40s, you have like probably a couple of kids or something. But me being 18 at the time, I was just like, I don't want to deal with anybody with kids or anything like that. Like, I had already had my mind set. But had you told me about your kids and I was okay with it and still proceeded to go out on a date with you, like, me seeing your baby mother would have kind of raised flags for me. But at the same time, it was like, I know that you have a baby mother. I know that that means you have kids with this lady. I didn't know any of that. So I'm sitting there, and at first I was going to wait for him, but then I was like, what the hell are you doing? This is your first date, and look what's already happening. So I sped off, drove off, and I made sure he kept calling me. And you know when you're in GPS mode, because I didn't know where he lived, and I told you guys in the beginning of the story, like, he lived 45 minutes away. So I'm trying to do the GPS thing, and also he's calling me, so it's like not showing me where I'm going. So I had to block his number. So I blocked his number, right? And I'm driving pissed the hell off. And I'm pissed the hell off for the simple fact that I'm gonna drive 45 minutes back home, and like the date didn't really go so well. So I'm driving or whatever the case may be, and mind you, he's blocked, so I guess he's been calling me. But like at that point, once I got back to my dorm, I put my phone away and I just went to sleep. Like, I went straight to sleep because it was such a long night, and I just went straight to sleep. So I woke up the next morning and I got a call from an unknown number. So the unknown number is calling me, and like, I used to pick up every phone call that I had, like whether it was saved on my phone or not. So I picked up the phone call, and he was like, hey, like, I'm sorry, like, that's not what, like, he was just trying to explain himself. And I'm just like, me and you've been talking, and like, not to say, like, I feel like kids are just something that you mention when you're talking to somebody, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to meet your kids or anything like that, but that's something that you mention, you know what I mean? So he didn't mention it at all, and for that whole thing to happen with his baby mother, I was just kind of thrown off, and it was kind of just unattractive to me. And I just kind of told him, he was like, you know, let me make it up to you, whatever the case may be. And I was just like, that's kind of creepy. Like, no, I don't want you to make it up to me, you know? So I was just, and I kind of told him in a nice way. I was just like, you know, you didn't mention to me that you had kids. I'm not really looking to date somebody with kids right now. Like, that's not what I want to do. And he understood, and he was just like, okay, well, my bad or whatever. So later on that day, I get a DM on Instagram, and it's like this whole long paragraph, and it's like, hey, I'm Nick's baby mother. He has 3 kids. Guys, not 1, not 2, but 3 kids by her. And she's just writing this whole big thing, and she's kind of like, she's really being aggressive, and she's just like, oh, I live with him, and la la, this and that, this and that, this and that. So then I'm just like, what was he really planning on doing if he lives with a girl at home with his kids and all that? And it turned me off even more about him. And I'm sitting here like thinking like he's this one guy because he doesn't post anything about his family in like on his Snapchat or Instagram, but he's living with the lady, and also like he's living with her, and they like, it was just, guys, when I tell you, it was the most, like, it was the worst date that I've ever been on. The worst date I've ever been on. And I've been on dates with a lot of F-boys, but like, it was never this bad. Okay, so that's it for the story time, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys ever had a similar experience, give this a thumbs up and write it down in the comments, because I really want to know what happened. That was definitely the worst first date I've ever been on. And yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.